Greetings, Collective Coven. This is Trey, aka at Taboo Tarot Reader, and welcome to a collective Ching Oracle reading in honor of Jupiter stationing direct in Taurus, December 31st, 2023, according to the Gregorian calendar. This is bringing us into the Gregorian New Year with a banger, for Jupiter is also in co-presence with Uranus in Taurus, and Uranus at the end of January 2024 will station direct as well. So buckle up, buttercups. I feel now, given the context of all that is happening on planet Earth during this critical tipping point, now more than ever, we need to center indigenous cultures' wisdom. And I can think of no better time, again, with Jupiter in Vedic astrology representing the wise guru, to turn to the sacred I Ching, the Chinese Book of Changes, for its esoteric wisdom. So this one that interests you, welcome. Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today, December 31st, 2023, according to the Gregorian calendar, to propose a little query on behalf of the collective. Elevated ancient ancestors whom gifted us the sacred wisdom of the I Ching Book of Changes, we propose the following query. How is the force of change, the Tao, manifesting, grounding down, and playing out in relation to Jupiter stationing direct in Taurus, heading into January 2024, Aquarius season? Spirit, how can the collective optimally respond to the force we call change? Spirit, please help us be a pure and accurate channel to receive. If you are still with me, thank you so much. Your presence is truly appreciated here. In this I Ching Oracle reading, as always, we'll be working with the I Ching Oracle deck as designed by Klaus Holitska. A beautiful deck that in its imagery encapsulates the wisdom of the yin yang symbol. Okay. See, as always, we will also be reading from the Wilhelm translation of the Book of Changes, which, keep in mind, was translated into English from German. Spirit, what is the message that the collective coven has a need to know in relation to Jupiter, the guru, stationing direct. In Taurus, the Hierophant, lots of news events certainly are playing out in relation to that archetype. Spirit, what is the message? Okay, we got here, I Ching, hexagram number 63. So there's 64 hexagrams in total. So this is obviously at the tail end of the King 1 sequence. Completion being invoked here. But just getting a look at this image first to intuitively connect with the energy of I Ching, hexagram number 63. Yep, very interesting. So, I Ching number 63 is Chi, which translates from the ancient Mandarin as after completion. Okay, the hexagram can be divided into 2 trigrams or lines of code. The bottom trigram is the clinging fire, and the trigram above is the abysmal water. So we have the sacred fire water duality being invoked here with Chi, and obviously Chi. Okay, if you're familiar with Qigong or Tai Chi, Chi is similar to the Vedic concept of prana, the mysterious fifth element, perhaps. It is, again, a subtle energy which modifies all known laws of physics and 3D space and 4D time space. Okay, and this is interesting to me because, you know, in Vedic astrology, Jupiter on one level represents electromagnetic fields. And a lot of people are becoming conscious of fields, right? And the current point of space, time, and Earth. And Jupiter's field is likened to the divine field of pranic energy, or that network of chi. Okay, so that's just what I'm sensing here intuitively. But again, tune into this elemental combination in the I Ching 8 element system of fire and water. Again, the sacred marriage, the merging of polarities, the sacred steam being invoked here. Purging, cleansing, after completion. The judgment is thus from the Book of Changes. After completion, success in small matters. Perseverance furthers. At the beginning, good fortune. At the end, disorder. And the image is thus water over fire, the image of the condition in after completion. Thus, the superior man takes thought of misfortune and arms himself against it in advance. Well, sit with that for a hot minute. the bottom of the deck, what we don't see coming, we have I Ching hexagram number 30, which we will use to decode which lines of advice we need to read from I Ching number 63. But hexagram number 30 in the 64 hexagram King 1 sequence is Li, the clinging fire. So you can see here we have the trigram for fire repeated twice. So this is a special hexagram in which that elemental essence is being doubled or magnified. So here we have Li, the clinging fire. And the judgment is thus: the clinging perseverance furthers, it brings success. Care of the cow brings good fortune. Well. Taurus in astrology is symbolized as the sacred auric, the bull. Care of the cow brings good fortune. Oh my goodness. And the image is thus: that which is bright rises twice. The image of fire. Thus the great man, by perpetuating this brightness, illuminates the four quarters of the world. Illumination. Damn. Well, I'm just very pleased by this reading thus far. Personally, I truly am humbled. Thank you, Spirit. Okay, so this will be an easy one to determine our lines of advice, because we have Li, the clinging fire, repeated twice here. So we would read lines, because we read hexagrams from bottom to top. If you remember, if you've been studying or tuning into these I Ching oracle reading, so we would read lines 4, 5, and 6. Lines 4, 5, and 6 from Chi after completion are thus: fourth line of advice: the finest clothes turn to rags. Be careful all day long. The fifth line of advice is thus: the neighbor in the east who slaughters an ox does not attain as much real happiness as the neighbor in the west with his small offering. And the sixth line of advice is thus: he gets his head in the water. Danger. Well, stranger danger, I don't know, girl, but that is the lines of advice, again, from hexagram number 63, Chi after completion. And have here the elements of water and fire being magnified. I really, again, want to center the Book of Changes, so I'm going to keep my intuitive insights internalized, because I think those lines of advice, obviously, I approach them kind of like a haiku. It's like poetry. It's meant to be sat with, pondered, mused over, and meditated with. So, interpretation of the Book of Changes and these messages ultimately comes down, obviously, to your perception, to the context and time space in which you find yourself. Because the I Ching as an oracle system, so many people who work and read the I Ching say that it's highly accurate because it has a knack for accurately reflecting to the querent their blind spots. Because the King One sequence on a deeper level is determined, like the information you receive from the I Ching is determined by where you are in space-time. So just interpret those lines of advice, everything I said in the Book of Changes, in that context of the blind spots, the collective blind spots, what is not so obvious in mainstream media narratives and surrounding world events. But I'm just gonna repeat the last line number 6. I thought that was interesting. He gets his head in the water. Danger. Again, Jupiter stationing direct in Taurus is in co-presence with Uranus. So this is a very potentially destructive, I'm sensing purging energy. This is going to draw our awareness again to what are the earth and weather events manifesting? Because there's been a lot of earth events surrounding water recently. And I shared a post about that on my page if you are interested in checking it out. Okay, flooding, things of that nature. Again, and floods are very archetypal. So that's something that instantly, the way I connected the dots of that last line of advice, especially, again, given what has been manifesting. So check out that post, the Jupiter Astro Newsreel, if you're interested to learn more on my page. But Uranus in Taurus is debilitated. And so that can be symbolized by the Tower, which definitely to me resonates with and can correspond with hexagram number 63. Again, after completion is like, what happens after the tower crumbles? After all your illusions are shattered? After that house of sand dissolves and there's rubble? That's such relevant imagery right now. Okay, and the Tower card represents, again, the malefic aspects of Uranus debilitated in Taurus. So this energy is going to be playing out up again until January 27th, 2024, when Uranus stations direct in Taurus. Again, the Tower energy. And all that energy, again, can be chaotic weather patterns, chaotic earth events, also conflict, warfare, geopolitical, resource extraction grabs, things of that nature are all related again to the Taurus archetype, the Hierophant archetype. Again, it is something that when you study astrology and the correspondences of astrology with tarot cards, okay, I Ching hexagrams, even the runes, that is when you start to connect the dots and actually use these divination tools to manifest collective liberation as tools for collective liberation in addition to tools for personal self-study. So this is what I'm seeing and sensing regarding, again, these I Ching Oracle reading. Thank you, Spirit, and thank you to every soul who tuned in to this reading. If this reading resonates with you, leave me a comment, leave me a testimonial. Any and all testimonials are truly appreciated for @Taboo Tarot Reader to honor the energetic exchange. And then for my deep divers, if you're interested in learning more about the correspondences between the I Ching, the tarot, and astrology, head over to my website for Taboo Tarot Reader, link in my Instagram bio, and check out the online bookstore for Astrology for Divination, a 444-page e-guidebook that will help any student of the mysteries out there begin to decode their birth chart intuitively in order to crack a little bit of the code, again, that is your destiny. So if you are interested in that offering, again, head over to my online bookstore. Check out the other books that I've written as well, such as Queer Astrology Theory and Queer Shadow Work. That is work with an E. And I hope that despite the serious tone of this reading and despite all of the tower moments and initiations unfolding for the collective right now, that we remember Jupiter is often symbolized as the fat Buddha, the jovial, jolly Buddha who is laughing and connecting with the power of humor to transmute the darkness. Toodaloo.